Hello everyone, and welcome back to the show where we talk about everything and anything. And please remember to download, subscribe and rate us on iTunes, as that would mean a hell of a lot to us here at Being Blunt. And now, this little mini episode is just to show you what's to come in the next one. This is Josh explaining in its entirety the 98 Godzilla film. Enjoy. I hate to break the old sex fest of Godzilla 98 we're having, but I can't actually recall the film. I've probably only seen it once.
Right, I'll explain everything that happens in it, mate. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? So,
I'm probably not, but
right.
Give it to me.
Open scene. There's loads of people on a fucking submarine, right? No one knows what's going on. And anyway, they've got something massive coming on radar. Suddenly, some massive jagged pieces of shit come through the submarine. The submarine's all in chaos. Everyone's like, fuck, we're sinking. Submarine sinks. Close scene.
he had a close scene.
Right. Next scene. We've got some guy just electrocuting the ground, trying to get earthworms. And he's just starts talking some shit to some science guy about Chernobyl. And he's a science government guy. And he goes, "We've got a job for you, Mr. Tatopoulos." And that's his name, but we'll just call him Matthew Broderick for argument's sake. Right, so Matthew Broderick then goes with this guy. And they go to this special, like, fucking secluded space where it's all cordoned off by the government and shit. And it's like, "What the fuck am I looking for, mate?" And he goes, "You're studying what you're looking for, mate." And then he's studying a massive footprint. And then you see that there's loads of footprints in front of him. And you think he's meant to be a genius, but he doesn't see a massive fucking footprint.
Just a side note.
Then they go to New York. I can't remember why they actually go to New York.
Because Godzilla is in New York, mate.
No, because I don't think they know that he's there. Because he's already there, isn't he? Oh, no, he does come to New York beforehand. So basically, Godzilla rolls up into New York, right? Starts fucking up the Bronx and shit. And then you've got
just rolls up.
Then you've got the cast of The Simpsons throughout the whole fucking film. There's got Harry Shearer, who plays just a news anchor guy, so pretty much Kent Brockman.
Yeah.
And then you've got just the one who played Lisa Simpson, just as some office cleric. She don't do much.
Josh, a cleric is another word for a priest.
All right, I didn't mean a cleric, I meant an office worker.
You mean clerk?
There we go. So she's a clerk, but anyway, she's not important. She probably died. No one's quite sure.
Weird.
She's not on par.
And then basically, the worm guy, then Matthew Broderick, that is, he comes to New York and he's like, right, we're gonna find this fucking thing. And there's like some secret tape of on a ship where there was some old Japanese guy interviewed with a lighter. This is the sound effect. "What did you see, old man?" "Gojira! Gojira!" So there's that tape like fucking floating about, and the cute little blonde bitch is like a reporter, and she's got history with Matthew Broderick, and she's like, "Oh, it's really good to see you again, Matthew Broderick. It's been so long." And then she gets the tape off him because he's got it. 'Cause he's into secret like government shit, and he's got clearance and stuff. And she takes it to like Kent Brockman. And then Kent Brockman rolls it on the show. And then she's like, "Wow, I've done really well. I'm a great reporter." And then Matthew Broderick's like, "Yeah, but you're also a bit of a cunt." And then it's a case of they sort of fall out of each other. Then Matthew Broderick tries luring Godzilla to some fish, which kind of works. And then loads of Apache gunships fly really close to the ground in New York and start blowing shit up. Which has got some really bad connotations for what would happen in the next 3 years. But
Josh.
then, basically, they were like, right, why is Godzilla here? And then they find out that she's female because they test her. Maybe shit. I don't know. They test something of hers. Or it's blood, that's it. They get blood, yeah. They get some blood from where they hurt it. And they test it. And they find it's female. And she's fucking pregnant.
And they just use a normal fucking pregnancy test.
Because why not? And anyway, that guy that said, "What did you see, old man?" That's Rene Russo. So Rene Russo rolls up. And he's all like French and shit. And he starts talking to Matthew Broderick and says, "Oh, well, we did some like nuclear testing, the French did, in like some fucking, I don't know, some jungle or island or some shit."
Right.
And then like that made Godzilla. So basically they're like, right, well, we need to kill Godzilla to save the dignity of France. And then they all try and go find the nest. And it happens to be in the underground, like the tubes and things. It's quite ironic, really, because eggs do come from tubes. But yeah.
Josh!
Anyway. So then, they go down there, they start realising there's fuck tons of eggs, and then they all start hatching.
Right.
So, they've got a couple of army guys in there with the French bloke, and they start shooting all the baby dinosaurs.
Oh no.
And it gets a bit like Saving Private Ryan, but with lizards for a while. And there's a bit where the CGI is so bad it looks like they're just floating across the ground, not standing on the floor. And then there's a bit where they knock over a bubblegum machine, and it makes the baby Godzillas go flying, and it's kind of like comic relief. And then someone dies immediately after, so it's really just like fucking edgy. And then they get out of Madison Square Gardens, they blow that shit up with some fucking jets, and then they're all like, it's great, everything's fine now. Oh, by the way, before all this happened, they hunted Godzilla in the river and just shot her the fuck up, so they assume she's dead. But then suddenly, Godzilla just charges out of the wreckage of Madison Square Gardens, like, he don't give a fuck, or she don't give a fuck. And then she's like, oh shit, I can see all my dead babies. And then she's like, turns to him, and she's got a look in her eye, and they know that they're fucked. So they jump in a taxi, drive into a tunnel and hide from it for a bit. Then they drive into its mouth, somehow electrocute it with a lamppost electrical cord, I think. And then they charge away. They eventually drive onto a bridge, like the Brooklyn Bridge. Godzilla gets trapped in all the cabling on there because it kind of had to happen for the plot for the plot to end without anyone dying.
Right.
Then they just shoot it the fuck up with some Apache helicopters, and it's fine this time because the heat-seeking missiles don't give a fuck. They're just going directly at it, mate. No lock-on, just free fire, boom, 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 and then it falls to the ground on the bridge, just in front of Matthew Broderick. He's so close to dying. Then Matthew Broderick and Godzilla kind of have a bit of a weird moment, and you kind of feel a bit sorry for Godzilla. But then Matthew Broderick gets the girl, and then, right at the end, the blonde bitch punches Kent Brockman, and she says, right, I quit. And then she's all running off happily ever after. Happily ever after.
What did you what?
I said happily ever after. Happily ever after. So they're going off like that. But then they tried setting up for a sequel, mate, where just underground there's one egg that hatches, and they didn't even end up doing another fucking film for it, mate. That's how shit it was. Instead, what they did was just do a little animated series on CITV. But that's pretty much the film right there.
But I think Josh deserves a round of applause for that, because that was
well
really
done,
good.
Well done.
That was really good.